Today's episode of Wham Bam Dashcam is fully loaded with insane wrecks, reckless drivers, instant justice, and more, so let's get right into it. Zachary was on his way home from the chiropractor with his wife when they witnessed an SUV turn across traffic, causing a collision before speeding away from the scene.
Oh my! You dumb mother! Just let it go.
As soon as Zachary realized what had happened, he sped after the fleeing SUV, having no idea at the time that it had been stolen from an elderly woman 30 minutes prior. His wife called 911 and gave operators their location. During the chase, the driver of the stolen SUV actually stuck a gun out the window and fired a shot, hitting nothing as far as we can tell. Zachary backed off, but didn't stop chasing the armed carjacker. Eventually, officers from the Columbus and Grove City police departments caught up to them, and Zachary sent us a link to the dashcam and bodycam footage that show the end of this insane chase. You can even spot Zachary's blue Honda Civic in the footage as a Columbus PD officer flies by him. Thankfully, the suspect, who eventually bailed and jumped into a dumpster, was apprehended without anyone getting hurt. We'll put a link to the video of the full chase footage down in the video description so you can see the epic conclusion for yourself. But for now, let's keep things rolling with more dashcam chaos. Wes witnessed a brutal T-bone collision when a Mazda driver turned across the path of an oncoming pickup truck that was running a red light.
Oh, there's a crash right in front of me. Oh, shoot.
I don't know how it works in British Columbia, but where I live, it's legal to complete a left turn through an intersection after the light has turned red, so long as you entered when the light was green or yellow. What's not legal is speeding through a light that has already turned red. Maybe some of our Canadian viewers can chime in and let us know what they think about this Mazda driver's maneuver, eh? Wes shared his dashcam footage with both drivers, who were incredibly unhurt. The police contacted him later and he gave them a copy as well. Wes said, "Never assume oncoming traffic will stop when their light turns red." Hey Mom was on her way home after getting groceries when she watched a Hyundai Sonata speed past her, swerving between other vehicles. Thankfully, an oncoming police officer also noticed and made a U-turn to chase it down. Hey Mom, excited about the instant justice, gave the cop a thumbs up as she passed. She wanted to shout out her kids Hayden and Haley. Oh, I get it. Hey Mom. And she said they're thrilled she has a video to send to Wham Bam. She also told us our videos are helping viewers anticipate bad driving and risky traffic scenarios, improving road safety as a result. Thanks, Hey Mom. We hope you're right, as we've got no shortage of crazy videos coming up. Logan was on his way home one evening when he approached a red light. Suddenly, an SUV from his left tried to turn right while going way too fast, smashing into a car in the turn lane. Instead of hitting the brakes, the SUV driver seemed to slam the gas before careening across the road and colliding with another vehicle. Logan told us he saw multiple ambulances respond to the scene. He said this is the closest he's ever been to a vehicle collision. Thanks to his dashcam, he was able to capture it in high definition and share it with us. If you need a dashcam, stay tuned for details on special Black Friday deals. This submitter watched a Chevy Cavalier lose a front tire, sending chunks of rubber flying everywhere. The disintegrating tire ended up all over the Quebec highway, destroying the Chevy's turn signal and corner marker at the same time. He felt bad for the driver, but let's use this as a learning moment for our viewers. Don't put off your vehicle's regular maintenance, or it could end up costing a lot more than the bill you're avoiding. This submitter was cut off by a reckless Honda driver before they ran a red light and almost T-boned a turning driver. After swerving hard to avoid a T-bone collision, the Honda driver had to use oncoming lanes to avoid a head-on collision. Our submitter told us he just laughed at the reckless driver as he came to a stop at the red light. He also told us he enjoys both Wham Bam Dashcam and Wham Bam Teslacam videos every week. If you're a Wham Bam fan, swerve hard into that subscribe button before the chaos continues. Khan was driving down an interstate highway when he noticed traffic ahead slowing down. When he checked his rearview mirror, he watched a whole bunch of Amazon customers get late shipment notifications. Yeah, something tells me they're going to miss that 2-day delivery window. Khan stopped and called 911, but operators told him the incident had already been reported. 10 minutes later, emergency responders had begun to arrive, so Khan continued on. By the way, we know the truck probably wasn't transporting customer packages. Relax, it's just a joke. Moving on. Mike was on his way back to work after lunch when he watched several other drivers go around a stopped vehicle, but when he realized why it was stopped, he decided to stay and help out instead. The Subaru had a fire in the engine bay, probably caused by an oil leak. Mike quickly grabbed a fire extinguisher from his trunk, an excellent thing to keep in your vehicle by the way, and put the fire out before it had a chance to spread. Another passerby helped them push the car into a gas station parking lot before Mike continued on his way to work. He told us the Subaru driver was grateful for his help. We're excited to announce this video is sponsored by Viofo, the dashcam brand we've been recommending for years. They're running a huge Black Friday sale right now with savings of up to 38% off select models. We actually reached out to Viofo to ask if they were interested in teaming up, and they jumped at the opportunity. They even let us choose which dashcam models to recommend, so naturally we're highlighting the ones we use in our own cars. First up is the budget-friendly A119 Mini 2. It's a simple single-channel dashcam that captures gorgeous 2K video at 60 frames per second. Compact, dead easy to set up, and crisp footage day or night, it's everything you need in a dashcam. Check out how it handles the tough lighting under these trees. A good test that separates quality dashcams from cheap junk. It's only $85.99 during Black Friday week, 38% off the normal price. If you want even better resolution and full coverage of the front and rear, upgrade to the A229 Pro. This dual camera beast captures 4K video in the front to catch every tiny detail, license plates, faces, and more. It's only $219.99 right now, 37% off. Both models are rocking Sony's Starvis 2 sensors, built-in GPS logging, and Wi-Fi that lets you download footage directly to your phone without even pulling out the SD card. In 2025, nobody should buy a dashcam that lacks these features. Both deals are linked in the description, so grab them while they last. Okay, enough shopping, let's get back to our regularly scheduled dashcam chaos. Timothy told us this dashcam footage came from his sister's totaled van, and you're about to see exactly how it was totaled. He said she was dealing with her 3- and 5-year-old daughters in the back seat, and when she looked back at the highway, it was too late for her to react to avoid rear-ending the stopped traffic ahead of her. In total, 3 vehicles were involved in the collision. Thankfully, a Phoenix City police officer witnessed the incident and immediately stopped to check on everyone involved. The officer ended up pulling the van's jammed sliding door out of the track before carrying Timothy's nieces to his patrol vehicle. Even though all 3 vehicles were totaled, amazingly nobody involved was seriously injured. Timothy wanted to shout out his nieces Madeline and Harley, who both received teddy bears from the officer who stopped to help. He also wanted to shout out his sister Montana and older brother Tommy. Natasha was driving down a California highway when another driver suddenly cut into her lane from the gore point. A maneuver she told us gave her a heart attack and a half. Thankfully, Natasha's quick reflexes enabled her to swerve around the invading vehicle, barely avoiding a high-speed collision. She told us she had to pull over to the shoulder to catch her breath after that close call. Mark was on his way to have lunch with his daughter when the driver ahead of him suddenly swerved around a piece of furniture in the road.
Oh.
Mark stopped on the shoulder, pulling up right behind the pickup truck the furniture had fallen from. He got the driver's insurance information, but the insurance company denied Mark's claim. They told Mark they weren't responsible for road debris, even though their customer had admitted to Mark that the furniture had fallen out of his pickup. Mark's own insurance provider ended up paying $4,800 to fix his Lexus. Mark told us he loves being a Platinum Patreon supporter. One of the benefits Platinum supporters get is having their name in the credits, so keep an eye out for Mark's name at the end of this episode. Jake spotted a Tesla behaving badly in Chicago and, I'm sorry, but this has to be a Turo renter. It's hard to believe anyone would drive their own car this recklessly.
That Tesla man can't drive. That Tesla man can't drive.
After using a gap in street parking to pass Jake's Honda HR-V, the Model Y driver used a left turn lane to cut off traffic going straight. After all that, the Tesla driver barely made it 100 feet ahead of Jake before getting stuck. His footage ends there, but he told us he caught up to the Tesla at the next light, so the reckless and inconsiderate driver really didn't gain anything by endangering themselves and others. Cactus was headed to work when the driver of a utility truck ran a red light right in front of his Kia Soul. Even though Cactus slammed on the brakes, the utility truck still ripped off his front license plate and a good chunk of his front bumper cover. Thankfully, the other driver's insurance provider accepted liability for the collision. His Kia Soul was fixed a little over 2 weeks later, with the other driver's insurance policy covering the $2,400 repair bill. Cheyenne was on her way to pick up her sons from school when a turning truck blocked the view of an SUV driver. But instead of waiting until they could see if traffic was clear, they gunned the engine across Cheyenne's path. Cheyenne braked and swerved, barely avoiding a T-bone collision with the SUV. The release of adrenaline caused her to start shaking, so she had to pull over on the shoulder while her husband calmed her down. Cheyenne told us she loves Wham Bam Dashcam, and she's been watching from the beginning. She recently got her husband Glenn into watching with her, and she said our channel is the reason she bought a Dashcam. Sandy was out for a drive, trying to cure her cabin fever after having a baby just a month earlier. Sadly, what happened on her way home probably made her wish she hadn't left the house at all. As she changed lanes to go around other traffic, the driver of a red Fiat pulled out from street parking, sideswiping her new Toyota Corolla Cross. Naturally, Sandy immediately pulled over to check on the other driver. She said the Fiat driver instantly started yelling and blaming her for coming out of nowhere and causing the whole thing. Since Sandy knew she had dashcam footage, she decided to call the police rather than argue. When officers arrived, they found the Fiat driver responsible, citing her for failure to yield, driving without a license, and driving without insurance. It took almost a year to settle the case out of court for $24,000. By the way, Sandy's husband Ishi has been featured on our main channel, Wham Bam Tesla Cam. We'll put a link to that episode at the end of this video so you can check it out. Ian and Kimberly were headed home when they witnessed what they called the longest and most unsafe trailer in the world. Yeah, that definitely seems unsafe to me. Like, how is the driver planning to make a turn through an intersection? Yikes! Ian and Kimberly didn't want to be involved in a collision, so they got as far away as they could. By the way, here's another submitter who's been previously featured on Wham Bam Tesla Cam. We'll put a link to that video at the end of this one so you can watch Kimberly get sideswiped while driving their Model Y. This submitter was on her way to work when she watched a pedestrian narrowly avoid being struck by a red light runner, but only because a van took the hit instead. Our submitter stopped to provide her footage to the victim, but her dashcam didn't have a simple way for her to do this. She later contacted the police and gave them a copy of the video, but she never heard back from them. She told us she now keeps an SD card reader in her car just in case she witnesses another collision. But you want to know what's even easier? That built-in Wi-Fi we mentioned earlier, just saying. This submitter was about to enter a roundabout when two pedestrians suddenly crossed the road in front of her, and her Toyota Camry lost control as she pulled on the emergency brake. Our submitter ended up turning around and confronting the pedestrians about their decision to cross in front of her. But as she went to drive away, her car ran out of gas. Now that's embarrassing. Candace was headed through a roundabout when she met a pickup driver who doesn't know how they work. In case you're confused, that pickup was only allowed to either turn right or continue straight through the traffic circle, as clearly specified by the signs and road markings leading up to it. That dashed line is only meant to be crossed by drivers entering the roundabout who are required to yield to traffic already in it. A driver already in the roundabout is not allowed to turn across it. Evidently, the responding police officer also didn't understand roundabouts because he said that both drivers had made improper lane changes. Candace is now waiting for the insurance companies to figure the whole thing out. This submitter was leaving a shopping center when another driver decided he was too important to wait for other traffic and tried to use our submitter's lane to enter the parking lot. When our submitter refused to budge, the other driver put his hands behind his head as if to say he had all day. But our submitter was in no hurry and just started scrolling on his phone until the other driver finally gave up. Even so, he put his window down and spat on our submitter's electric Dodge Charger Daytona as he drove by. But our submitter just gave him a friendly wave. He then continued to his next destination, which happened to be a car wash. Don't forget to check out Sandy's husband's submission over on the Wham Bam Tesla Cam channel. That's the video on top. Or watch Kimberly's Tesla Cam submission. That's the video on the bottom. Don't forget to subscribe to that channel so you won't miss a new episode every Sunday.
Wham, bam, we got a Patreon, man. Please support the show.